Game of Thrones is focused on betrayals since obtaining the throne necessitates constant scheming and duplicity. When you play the Game of Thrones, you either win or die, and these devastating betrayals show exactly how cruel things can get. Each moment of betrayal is related to the level of shock felt by the audience. Here are the top 10 shocking Game of Thrones betrayals. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Ramsay assassinates his father. Ramsay is aware that his position will be jeopardized if his father remarries. Ramsay does not hesitate to murder his father after learning that Roos's newborn kid is a male. Despite her pleadings, Ramsay unleashes his famished hounds on his stepmother and baby half-brother, assuming the title of Warden of the North most violently and brutally. Number 9. Mirri Maz Duur murders Khal Drogo instead of healing him. Daenerys gives Mirri Maz Duur authority to cure Drogo's battle wounds. She is surprised to learn that the Ulzarine priestess has other ideas. Mirri nearly confesses to the crime, although her role in Drogo's final death and Rhaego's stillbirth status cannot be proven. The Khalasar has been broken from the inside out. Daenerys, on the other hand, manages to patch it up. She appears from the ashes of her late husband, 3 baby dragons seated on her body. Number 8. Jorah Mormont betrays Daenerys Targaryen. Sir Jorah Mormont volunteered to become a spy for Varys in the hopes of receiving a pardon and returning to Westeros. Things changed when he met and fell in love with Daenerys Targaryen, eventually becoming entirely loyal to her and her goal. Still, Daenerys is understandably devastated when she learns the truth. He is her devoted advisor and friend, her one consistent companion through thick and thin, and learning of his betrayal hits her hard. She exiles Jorah from her side, but the devoted knight refuses to leave and keeps returning to prove his value. Jorah is one of Daenerys' closest allies in Game of Thrones, finally dying to protect her during the long night. Number 7. Stannis permits the burning alive of his beloved daughter. In Game of Thrones, betrayals within a single family or house are prevalent. Viewers were unprepared for the anguish of seeing a cute, smart little girl burn alive. All of this was done to give her father better weather for his battles. Melisandre persuades Stannis that Shireen's sacrifice is the only way for them to be saved. It results in a horrific scene that no one can bear emotionally. Unfortunately for Stannis, his army regards this crime as so heinous that he loses the majority of his men. Number 6. Robb Stark is betrayed by Theon Greyjoy. While Robb Stark is at war, Theon seizes Winterfell and forces Bran and Rickon to flee. Theon's predicament is understandable, as he is split between his biological and adopted family. His actions, however, are rash and heinous, particularly his murder of 2 innocent farm boys. Despite this, Theon atones for his crimes and dies a hero, guarding the boy from whom he once stole and the home he had shunned for so long. Theon's story is one of the most sorrowful in the program, but he eventually receives his well-deserved redemption. Number 5. Littlefinger betrays Ned Stark. Littlefinger is one of Game of Thrones' most complex characters. He is the mastermind behind every significant event in the story, including the War of the Five Kings. His strength stems from his intelligence and ability to predict everyone's moves. Therefore, betraying someone as honorable and honest as Ned Stark came naturally to him. The treachery of Baelish was well known in King's Landing, but Ned chose to disregard it. Littlefinger is just as responsible for Ned's death as Cersei and Joffrey. He was so crafty and clever that fans couldn't help but appreciate him and recognize him as one of the top players in the game. Number 4. Regards, the Lannisters. Robb Stark extends an unwise hand of friendship to Walder Grey and Roose Bolton. They both successfully persuade him that their goals are nothing but honorable. On behalf of the Lannisters, the Lords of River Run and the Dreadfort effectively and brutally murder Robb, Catelyn, and Talisa. This pivotal incident reshapes the entire continent of Westeros. The Red Wedding, which culminates with Grey Wind's head being sewn onto Robb's beheaded corpse, is the most heinous deception in Game of Thrones. Number 3. Tyrion Lannister is betrayed by Shae. Tyrion Lannister's feelings for Shae were genuine, and she reciprocated them. His fault was not trusting her enough to disclose the severity of the situation to her. Instead, Tyrion shoved her away, which only irritated her. One of the show's most heartbreaking betrayals was Shay's testimony during Tyrion's trial. She was naturally upset, yet her remarks convicted a man she knew was innocent, and worse, she did it for spite. One of the show's most surprising moments was she turning her back on Tyrion, proving that words can be as terrible as blades. Number 2. Jon Snow assassinates Daenerys Targaryen. Daenerys is enraged after House Lannister rejects her offering for a temporary truce. When Rhaegal and Missandei are dead, this fire becomes an inferno. She and Drogon raze King's Landing to the ground, incinerating innumerable innocents. As her father, Aerys Targaryen had intended before his assassination, Tyrion emphasizes that Daenerys must be removed from the political equation for true balance to be restored, something Jon Snow cannot deny. He bears the burden of assassinating his aunt because he is the only man capable of doing so. Number 1. The Night's Watch kills Jon Snow. Jon is having difficulties in the Night's Watch. Half of the population despises him, while the other half adores him. There appears to be no in-between. His choice to allow the free folk beyond the wall earns him the wrath of a faction led by Ser Alys Thorner, who stabs him in the Season 5 finale and abandons him to die, though he is subsequently resurrected. Jon truly regards them as brothers, and the fact that they murdered him tears his heart. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.